And look at Randy Orton slithering.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
KO! Here's the cover.
Hey, what's up guys? And we're back here today with a video in the E25 actually. Tank I don't play very much, but when I do, well, even in it today, it is still very good, even with a lot of the more well-armored tanks that it can kind of struggle against, I guess, with his lack of pen. But we're going to have a good one here today on Lakeville, which can be a decent map, but it can also play out really badly, if you know by now, because the 1-2 line just attracts so many people for some reason, even though it's not that great. And at low tiers, most of our team is going to go that way. So just kind of bearing that in mind. We're still going to go to the middle of the map on the middle road, because obviously we're not useful in the town, really. It's an early game, and yeah, again, the valley is a no-go zone, especially for this tank. So we're going to push this middle area. I have my like 19 perk crew German one in this, so it's kind of disgusting. And we're just going to take up the kind of scout position early on, see if we can't catch anybody out crossing here and get some early damage. But our 12T is doing a, King North scouting run, so appreciate that, I guess. And he picks up the spot on the P43, and we're going to be able to put one shot into him, and hopefully a second, and maybe a third. Yep, and a third, and he finally backs off. So he died for basically nothing, but we at least got a couple, like 400 damage out of that. So yeah, and now their ELC has decided he wants to be like his big brother, and he is doing the same thing. And our first shot misses, so he actually does put one into us. I'm trying to make him ram into me, but he does not. So I'll just have to do it myself, and we finish him off with a nice little bump and get our first kill of the game there. So light tanks are doing the normal thing by just yellowing and dying, because that's obviously how you play them, right, guys? Yeah. Anyways, we're kind of just chilling here at this point. They have, it seems like, a lot more tanks going to town. We have two mediums. They have a T20, P43, and probably a few other stuff, a few other tanks that got across. But something that's you're kind of going to notice throughout this game, at least a couple of times, is me waiting to fire. And I just did that T20, and I'm going to do it to this Churchill 7 as well, until my camo net pops up, just so I can get that max camo value as possible. And we're just going to pull forward again, wait for the camo net to pop up, and then we're going to start firing, and we're going to start bouncing off the side of our Churchill 7, who's firing HE blindly, wildly at ghosts, apparently. Yeah, guys, look for the cell tracers and reload APCR, because I just don't feel like bouncing even off a Churchill 7 side. Again, penetration on the E25 is at 150 millimeters on the AP, and then I think it's like 198 on the APCR, so really it's not that great. Hence why I kind of get why it gets pref matchmaking, because bringing this thing against like Type 4 heavies, yeah, it probably can struggle against Onis frontally, and that's a little bit of foreshadowing. But so far, we pretty much used up this position. I can kind of notice at this point that we're going to lose the town. Again, it's not super surprising. They have 3 tanks. We had 2. So, yeah, not surprising there in the least that we're losing that. And now all that we have on the side is me, this T71, who's going to be pretty helpful, at least in terms of positioning, kind of being here in the general area. And a AFK KV1, because, that's super helpful. And again, putting some easy shots into this D20. Tier 7 gameplay. You're probably fighting people that are just starting to grind up lines, so I can't really say anything. We've all been there. I've been there. It's a long time ago, but we've been there. So this is kind of disgusting. That's why I don't play anything below tier 8 very much, because it gets kind of stale. We talked about this last night on stream a little bit. Like, it's okay to play these kind of tiers, at least for us, on occasion, like maybe 1 or 2 games, but after a while it just kind of gets kind of stale, as we're just going to out DPM the setter. I will happily do that, and take that trade any day. But now a wild Cromwell appears, and yeah, this is an issue. We are definitely losing this game so far very heavily. Their P-43 miraculously drowns himself, which is helpful. It means only 2 tanks on this flank now, at least on paper, the Setter and the Cromwell. But now we have a Tiger and an O&E pushing from the valley behind us, and 3 already in a platoon, tier 5, which is disgusting. And now we just have to make a play. We have to go. We can't just sit here and wait for the heavies to push. We just go in on this Cromwell. He bounces, luckily, somehow off of us. I am wrecking the second shot, which means he's not going to reload, and we're finishing him off. But now he's pushed us up a hill, and we're stuck. We have to get out of here, because otherwise the Setter is just going to kill us. And he's putting shot after shot, and we're able to get enough horsepower to get out of there, luckily, and free ourselves from that little bit of a sticky situation. And if you look behind me, you can see the heavy tanks are pushing. It's time for me to push down the middle road once again and widen the gap a little bit here. And now we got to be aware that they have 3 arters in their base, so they're maybe moving to different spots. Our T-71 is dealing with the Setter. Hopefully he can kill him. He puts 1 shot into him. That's enough for us, and we were able to snap it and finish off the Setter, luckily. A nice little bit of RNG there. So this game has gone from like a definite loss to like maybe this is winnable now. At least when you look at the scores. So just by that quick play there, quick thinking and saying, hey, we can't just sit here and just wait for them to make mistakes. We have to kind of take the initiative here, and especially with Godzilla appearing behind us with 1,100 hit points, we have to back off. And now there already is behind us, and I don't think the Oni is actually the one that spots me here. I could be wrong. It may have been the Artie, I'm not really sure. Luckily, he misses me, which is a huge plus. Again, I'm only 167 hit points. Tier 5 Artie doesn't have that much splash, but it doesn't take much to finish off myself here in this situation. And as you pick up the spot on the grill, there are other grill spotted as well. He's pushing in. I'm hoping he's not looking this way. I have the Tiger behind me. I just have to go in because I can't take a shot from the Tiger at all. I have to just risk it. Luckily, the grill is facing a different way, and we're able to finish him off. I don't ram him just for, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but I don't want to get tracked, I guess. That's the best way to put it. If I ram him, get tracked, I do have a repair kit, so I could use that, obviously. But if I don't have to spend 20k, I don't want to spend 20k, even with the tens of millions of silver I have at my disposal. And now the Tiger 1 is pushing in, which is actually really good for us. Our T-71 can take a hit, and he's actually going to make the right play here and take his attention away from me. Tiger 1 really should have waited for the Oni at this point. And unfortunately, our T-71 almost gets rammed to death, but we're able to sneak his shot in and finish him off. And now all that's left is the nearly full health Tier 7 Japanese heavy tank to deal with. But we're both one-shots, obviously. And here I'm making a very, very risky play, but it could be a very well-rewarding play. I'm betting on the Oni. He's coming down the middle. I can almost guarantee that. But I'm betting that I'm hopefully fast enough and he is slow enough that I can get across here to kind of take him from surprise. I could just go down the valley road like our T-71 doing. That's the smart play. It's not a bad play. But this is probably going to be the play that rewards me with more damage. And the play that could win us the game much more easily because I'm way more unexpected from this position. And again, I'm waiting for my Cabinet to kind of pop up. It's really necessary here. That's debatable because the 380 meters, and sure enough, he's not going to spot me very easily at this range. But he is looking this way, and as more I fire, the more he can get close to where I'm at, and was too close for comfort, honestly. We fire one blind, it actually goes in. We only have 7 rounds left. Fire another one blind, it doesn't go in. I have to try to get the spot on him. He's angling his armor more towards me now. And at 330 meters view range, he's still not spotting me. So I probably would have been safe before. So it's kind of not really worth it. But that one finally goes in. We had 3 shells left. He fires again, misses. That one misses tactically. So that we can obviously pick up the fades. Yeah. For our 9th kill of the game and bringing us up over that 5,000 damage mark in the E25, which is not the easiest thing to do with 135 alpha that it has. So 42 penetrations, which is kind of ridiculous. As you see the final stats for this game, 1 short of the Pools medal there, and pulling off a game that looked extremely lost, and also getting a very cheesy fades at the end. Not really cheesy, but you know, RNG said, "Oh, here you go. Here's a gift, I guess." Or we could have bounced the last shot and been kind of shit out of luck. But hope you guys enjoyed that game. Hopefully, try to get some more games out. Maybe another video out Sunday. But very, very fun game in E25. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you next time. See ya. Peace.